This month, exactly 28 years ago, during negotiations for a new government, I was sent on a mission by John Bruton. The objective was to find a solution to a key Labour demand for a rotating Taoiseach. Labour were in a strong position with 32 seats. They had the option of going back into government with Fianna Fáil under a new leader. Fine Gael had lost the 87, the 89 and the 92 election. The opportunity to return to power had to be grasped. The compromise was the appointment of the first ever Labour Minister for Finance, Rory Quinn. Incidentally, that time was also the first introduction of what we call the High Chair, which is now known as a Super Junior. So it is with a great sense of satisfaction that I am here today to participate in the notion of a rotating Taoiseach becoming a reality. Due to the unwavering loyalty of the people of Tipperary, I am here to endorse this historic event. Once bitter rivals, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, are now combining out of national interest and self-interest to rotate the position of Taoiseach and restructure a cabinet. Sinn Féin can take comfort from the fact that change does happen even if it takes 100 years. Today's event shows that all things are possible. Nothing is certain in politics. The uncertainty of the current times has informed my decision today to support the transition of government. There are several pessimists in this chamber. They continually bark and bite. They rail against government and the working of the institutions of the state. That approach gathers headlines but does nothing to achieve progress. I prefer to be fair, to give credit when it is due, and to objectively criticise failings. It is my experience that a positive, constructive approach to politics yields results, in particular for my constituents. Our country and its people are once again facing dangerous times. This is an administration which has experience of dealing with difficult times. In its first task was to deal with the worst health pandemic since the Spanish flu of 1918. This was followed by the worst energy crisis since the 70s and the first major European land war since 1945. The coalition has had a difficult birth. It faced many challenges in a resolute and cool-headed fashion. And of course it did get things wrong. But it has had enough success to merit the retention of the confidence of the membership of this House. Our finances have been well managed and in relatively good order. The government has kept the lights on and business open. It has strived to look after those who need help. Our welfare system is one of the most generous in Europe. The majority of people want this government to run its term before casting ultimate judgment at the ballot box. And for now, people recognise that the centre of Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil have held this country together. This is a stable team. It is not spectacular, but it is modestly effective. By contrast, at this time, the options are a Sinn Féin-led government dependent on the people before profit, with a few others from the left. This is not a coherent alternative. They do not have the confidence of business. They do not have the confidence of rural Ireland. They do not have the confidence of those who work. A combination of Sinn Féin and the left are untried and untested. And we only have to remember that it took Liz Truss 1 month to send the UK economy into a tailspin. The next few years are going to be exceptionally tough. We need an experienced team to lead us. It is not a time for experiments. The coalition has done some good work, and there are many things that it can do better. The tasks of government are clear. People need homes and shelter. They need good hospitals and healthcare. They need schools, colleges and centres of education and excellence. And in an increasingly modern economy and society, they need good and affordable childcare. People need to feel safe and secure in their homes and communities. This renewed administration also needs to find a better way to talk about climate change. The Green Party especially are going to have to learn to talk more respectfully to rural Ireland. In conclusion, I want to thank outgoing Taoiseach Micheál Martin for his accessibility and courtesy. I commend him on the job he has done in guiding country through a difficult period. Micheál Martin has governed with honesty, collegiality and grit. His successor, Leo Varadkar, has his own style. He has skill and ability. He is forthright and open to new ideas. He is not afraid to have an opinion and take a stance. I wish him every possible success in tackling the priority issues for this government and the people of our country.